One of my clients came to me confused and frustrated. They had a good personal credit score, well over 700, but kept getting denied for business credit. They thought having a strong personal credit profile was enough, but the denials kept coming in. Does that sound familiar? Well, today I'm going to break down exactly what was blocking them, when we fixed it, and why business leaders said no, even when the score said yes. Before I get into this, please subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload great content like this every week. Now, let's get into this. So, this client came to me with a 720 personal credit score, which is a great score. Low credit card balances, no late payments, a good mix of credit. So naturally, they assumed business credit would be easy to get, but they kept getting denied, or worse, only approved for low-limit personal credit cards disguised as business credit. Here's the truth. Good personal credit doesn't guarantee business credit, especially not EIN-only approvals. And when I took a look under the hood, I saw exactly why they were being denied. What we found was this. Their business had no fundability foundation in place. And why did that matter? Because lenders check to see if your business is real and credible before they ever look at credit. So here's what the credit client was missing. No business phone number listed on 411. They had a Gmail email address instead of a branded domain. The home address listed as the business location was a mistake. No website, no business listing on Google, inconsistent business name across bank, EIN, and LLC filings. This is like walking into a bank wearing flip-flops and no ID. Once we clean this up, lenders could actually see them as legit business, not a hobby. So what did we discover? Their NAICS code was triggering automatic denials. And we addressed this in week number 2 after our fundability cleanup. And it mattered because some industries are considered high risk by lenders and underwriters, especially codes related to real estate investing, credit repair, finance, or adult services. In my client's case, their code made them look like they were in a risky industry, even though their business had nothing to do with it. So we updated their NAICS code to reflect what they actually did and made sure it matched their business bank account, LLC registration, and website. Now, within a week, their approval odds improved dramatically. So what was missing? Their business wasn't even being reported to credit bureaus. So we began opening net 30 vendor accounts. And why did this matter? To get business credit, you need a business credit profile. That means trade lines reporting to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, and Equifax Business. This client had none. Their DUNS number had never been activated, no paydex score, no history, nothing. Listen, they were listening to all of these people out in social media talking about how we could get you funding, and they didn't realize this was all going to be PG type work, and they may have an issue if people looked at the business. So we opened 5 starter vendor accounts: Uline, Granger, Quill, Crown Office Supplies, and NAV. They made small purchases and we told them pay it early, which they did. 30 days later, those accounts all reported, and now the business was finally on the map. So part 5, what was hurting them? Well, they were applying for business cards and still required personal guarantees, and the balances were hitting their personal credit reports. This client had opened a few business credit cards, but they were really PG cards, personal guarantee. That meant their usage on those cards still showed up on their personal credit report raising their utilization and lowering their score. We taught them the difference between true business credit, which reports to business bureaus only, personal PG cards still tied to your SSN. They stopped using PG cards and focused only on EIN-only lines of credit. This was their result: better utilization, better personal credit health, and more approvals. Now, part 6, what they didn't know. They jumped straight into applying for Chase, Inc., and Amex, but skipped the tiered funding process. Why? Because they learned this stuff out in social media. And so we had to fix this because we understood that if you didn't have it in proper order, you were not going to get the approvals. Now, why did this matter? You don't go from 0 to 25K limits in one leap. You need a strategy. We walked them through a tiered approach. Tier 1, net 30 vendor accounts. Tier 2, retail cards, Amazon, Staples, Lowe's. Tier 3, fintech cards, Brex, Divvy, Ramp. Tier 4, fleet cards. Tier 5, cash rewards and lines of credit. Once the lower tiers reported, they applied for Brex and Divvy, got 20K in approvals, all without a PG. I want to say that again, all without a PG. Now, this is what's critical. Within 90 days, here's what changed for my client. They got approved for over $35,000 in true business credit, increased business fundability score, protected personal credit by keeping utilization low, started building a Paydex score and Experian IntelliScore, had a roadmap for scaling funding on their terms. No more frustration, no more rejections, just structure, strategy, and results. This is what is needed, and that's exactly what we walk through inside my Biz Done Right community. Listen, to learn more about my community, click the link in the description for this video. The Biz Done Right community gets you beyond all of the crap that you hear out in social media from people who are simply trying to get 10% of your money in their pockets. So, part 8, let's recap the 5 reasons my client kept getting denied for business credit. First, no business fundability foundation. Second, a risky NAICS code triggering red flags. Third, no business credit profile or trade lines. Fourth, using personal credit for business and hurting utilization. Fifth, no structured tier strategy, just random applications. If any of these sound familiar, you're not alone and you don't have to stay stuck. I know you've been listening to all the gurus out in TikTok and Instagram and YouTube telling you we can get you funded, and you're not being told what they're really going to do is mess up your personal credit. You now know what to do, when to do it, and why it works. If you want the full breakdown of how this thing gets done, from setting up a fundable entity to building real EIN-only credit, then let's work together inside the Biz Done Right community, because business credit should not be a mystery, and it's not. It should be a tool. If this video gave you clarity, I want you to do 3 things for me. Hit that like button, subscribe for weekly strategies that build wealth, drop a comment. Let me know which of these mistakes have you made or avoided. And remember this, your business credit is not based on how good your personal credit is. It's based on how well you've built your business profile. Let's build yours together. Well, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, be blessed. Check that description.